So what do we mean by lead generation? You can see the definition here. Lead generation is the action or process of identifying and cultivating potential customers for a business's products or services. And I think that's a great definition. So let's just have a look at a flow of how lead generation works. And this is a very crude diagram, but I just want to get the message across. So what we need to do is drive traffic to something where we can generate that lead. Now when I say drive traffic to something to generate lead, what I mean by that is, like in this example here, they're saying a landing page with a form. But if you're doing it on Facebook, Facebook itself has landing pages for your, if you go into your Facebook business page, you'll find that one of the things that you can do when you set up adverts is you can set up an advert where you're looking for a lead and send them to a lead form generated within Facebook. So there's lots of different places that you can create these landing pages, but let's just assume for the sake of this argument it's actually on your website. So we're going to drive people to your website, to the specific page where you're going to have some kind of offer, giveaway, whatever that is. So it could be a free ebook, it could be a white paper, it could be a special offer where they're claiming a coupon to get a discount on one of the products you're selling. Lots of different ways that you can do that, and we'll cover that in different videos. But basically they're going to land on a landing page that's just dedicated to capturing information off this traffic. Now we'll come on to the information that you're going to collect shortly. So let's just talk about different ways you can drive traffic. So you could have sent emails out to a legitimate list, under GDPR, and you've emailed people and you send them to some special offer that you're doing, and you drive them back to the landing page so you can find out who's interested. Social, that can be, yes, you've put stuff up onto Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all these other various platforms. But in social, I'll also talk about, it could be Facebook advertising, Twitter advertising, LinkedIn advertising, where you're doing paid traffic. There's a million and one ways you can drive traffic to these landing pages. Just depends on what your business is, your target audience, etc. It'll be different for every target audience, for the different people that you're trying to attract. But they land on your landing page and they're going to fill a form in. Now, depending on what information you're asking for, will depend on the quality of the leads. So I'll give an example of one client we have where basically people want to put their names down for being outsourced for work. So in that case, the forms they've got to fill in is everything. It wants, their names, their present address, their details, their what qualifications they have, a mobile number, an email address, etc. In other words, it's a very detailed form. So that lead is a highly qualified lead, and if you did it on a scoring system, it would be a high scoring lead. Now take that where you send somebody, so you get traffic and you send them to a landing page and you give them a free ebook and you ask them for their name and email address. Now what would you call that in terms of a qualified leads? Because a lot of the times you'll find they put a false name in, they put a false email address, because all they want is the free ebook or the free thing that you're giving away. So in which case the score for that would be in the 10 and below if you were scoring out of 100, compared to the other one I just mentioned where you could score it 90 to 100. So there's different ways that you score these landing pages as well, depending on what it is you're offering these people, or what actions it is you want them to do. And this is why when it comes down to lead generation, I see there's companies that offer leads, etc. Paid leads. What they don't tell you when they're doing these paid leads is maybe let's just say it's somebody wants central heating, and they say, hey, we've got this particular lead that wants central heating. What they're not telling you is that same lead is being sold to maybe 6 other plumbing companies. So there's 6 of you competing for that same thing. It's not your own lead. So when it comes to lead generation, the best lead generation is always to generate leads for yourself, because then you're in control. Secondly, when you're in control, you can control the quality by getting the right information. So you can set up a landing page with all the right criteria on there, the offer, to get them to convert. At the same time, when you're getting them to convert, you can make sure it's the right people that are converting by getting the right information off them. Because if they're not willing to give that information, they're not a real lead. So just be aware of the fact that when it comes to lead generation, yes, there are good quality ways of doing it in terms of driving traffic to a page where you get somebody to take the desired action, and then you've got the information to contact that lead and follow up, whether it be email, phone number, etc. But just realise the fact that depending on what you set up will also determine how many leads you get. So for example, when we talked about the free offer of an ebook, you can get lots of leads, but they'll be very poor quality. Whereas if you said to somebody, right, we want your name, your email address, your mobile number, as some way of contacting you, what you'll find is that you'll have fewer leads, but they're much higher quality leads. So it's setting the right strategy in place to ensure you generate leads that are the right quality, so that you're generating real business, as opposed to kidding yourself that you've got lots of leads coming in when in fact they're very, very poor quality.